Hello students, welcome to this ethics class. Now we will discuss 2021 5b. Should impartial and being non-partisan be considered as indispensable qualities to make a successful civil servant? Discuss with illustrations. So here we need to have as many examples as possible because we need to discuss with illustrations. So it is plural. So we need to give as many illustrations as possible. Again, before watching this video, you should have attempted this question. And ethics is a very subjective paper. You can write your answer in a variety of ways. This particular answer is primarily to guide you. So let us try to see some illustrations that tell us why impartiality is very essential. Yes, impartiality is indispensable quality. Reasons: to prevent crony capitalism and nepotism. Example, license Raj in 1980s. To prevent corrupt practices. Example, 2G scam. To prevent centralization which boosts partiality. Again, as I have said earlier in previous discussion, that partiality encourages centralization because we need to keep the decision as away from people as possible and as opaque as possible. For that we need centralization. So centralization is required for partialities. So example, slow pace of development of local bodies in India is due to partiality requirement of centralization. For effective public policy also we need impartiality. Example, we need to support MSMEs, startups, food processing industries, etc. And not just few big companies, we need to support entire private sector. So there we cannot show partiality. If we want to support all the small scale industries and if we want to support entire private sector and not just few big companies, we need to have impartiality. For inclusive development, for public involvement in decision making and in better targeting of social welfare schemes, we need impartiality. For example, if we need to target PDS better, we should not have any forms of exclusions. So we cannot have any form of partialities. To prevent misuse of public funds. Example, taking up big irrigation projects instead of local watershed and demand management policies. Here you need to understand that governments generally take up big projects because only with big projects they can have partiality. They can give the tender to their relatives or someone who gives them large amount of bribes. So that is why they generally take up big projects so that they can show partiality and involve in corruption. That even though generally for public interest we need local demand management policies, we need local watershed policies. But instead of that, generally even the state governments and central governments go for big projects, big tenders, so that they can have partiality and they can waste public money. For that they go for big projects. So to go with transparent governance we need impartiality. Example, if we need online auctioning of coal blocks, we need impartiality. So if we want to have partiality, then we will only give tender to whoever we want. We will give tender at a much lower price. So if we want transparent governance, if we want online auctioning of anything, if we want transparent governance, we need impartiality. For example, faceless assessments of income tax as well. So if we see, it comes to around 121 words. So this question is particularly designed to test your understanding that how much impartiality and non-partisanship is important in governance. So it is very important, ranging from entire crony capitalism like license Raj in 1980s to corrupt practices to centralization, to have an effective public policies that supports entire private sector, to have an inclusive development where people participate and there is better targeting of social welfare schemes, to prevent misuse of public funds, to go towards transparent governance, and for many other reasons we need impartiality and non-partisanship. So you can write your own answer. That is all. Thank you.